Alrighty, let's get cooking. So, we are in the middle of a factory rebuild. So you'll remember that last time we got to basically the smelters for our factory. Our new copper factory are pretty much done now. So that's good. All we have to do now to this factory is essentially connect it back in with the grid. But we also have to actually build the actual factories that make the different wire and what are they? Wire and cables. That's right. So my thought is essentially possibly like here. Or we may do it slightly further over. Unsure. But all I know is I'm definitely going to use blueprints for it. Most likely. TBC though. So yeah, so that's the copper smelting facility. We do have copper that's been smelted down here. Well, not yet, sorry. Well, actually, it kind of is. But essentially, we need to figure out how we're going to do that. And then also bring the copper in from the other areas. Now, what's quite likely, I think, is we'll more or less just focus on potentially trucks for this early area, like for this close area. I don't know. We just gotta see. And currently none of it's connected to power, so that's fine. Alright, so let's just jump on the edge here. So we could kind of do something like around here. To make all the cable. We could build it on top as well. That's another alternative. Not entirely sure. Because we still need to go to copper wire first. So we've got to make copper sheets out of this, and we also got to make copper wire. It just so happens that most of the copper nodes are around here. And this is kind of space that so I could essentially build another layer up kind of vibe. Interesting. Yeah, actually. I think we should build it. Okay, so let's think about it. So we have to do wire, and we have to do copper sheets. Actually, we could always do it on this side, actually. That actually might even be better to do it like over here. Let's just separate it out far enough first, though. Do we reckon over there, though? I don't know. We definitely don't need as big of an area. I don't know, actually. Alright, let's go out and have a look. It definitely won't be as, like, grand as that one, though, because it doesn't need to be as big. So essentially we have the copper wire. Cable, I don't think so. I don't think we will do cable here. We may just do copper wire. Because the cable, we should actually have the alternative recipe. Cable... we actually don't have it unlocked yet. Okay. Although actually, we need the cable for the computers. So maybe we should do it here. No, maybe we'll do it on the other side. Yeah, we'll do it on the other side. Alright, let's deal with this guy. Yeah, we'll do it over here, I think. Because we gotta get the train back up there first. That's kind of priority number one. To get the train back out. Could always actually go over here. Because we've got copper. What is this copper actually? This is impure. Sad. Well, it also might be that we end up, you know, that copper there is just for the train, and then we build another layer up. Hey, Artemis. So we are essentially, now that we've got the trains more or less sorted, I need to start rebuilding how some of this works, so I can then take all of this railway up and then have it a little bit more structured. So essentially we've got the copper copper smelting station thingo. And that's just smelting the copper. That's all that area is doing. And then we need to turn it into copper wire, copper sheets, and cable. Sorry, and cable. So I'm trying to figure out, and then I'll sort out the rest of the building as well. So I'm trying to figure out either A, do I attach the other copper items onto the side here? Like, do I just push it out here and make like a little precinct? Actually, I think I like that idea. Or do I have them as like remote buildings like over here? I don't want to build them up because essentially if I jump up, when I go up here, and I've also made the walls of my copper building copper, which I think is hilarious. So I've got all my smelters in here for the moment. And this is currently based on the amount of copper the trains can output. So that is currently what it's based off. So it's based off the 4 of these. Now, I will end up getting faster belts again soon. So I'm kind of thinking potentially the train is more for the copper that's up here. And then potentially using the roads. I've got trucks that drop off the copper that's... I mean, that one there, I'd probably just use a belt for, to be honest. But I've got a whole bunch of pure copper in the middle here. So potentially would use a truck for that because it's just so close. It's kind of a waste for a train. Well, it's just a waste of capacity until I get bigger belts. So you like the connected idea? So at the very least, the train needs to be able to leave. So currently, it is expecting to leave this way. At the very least. Yes, at the very least, the train's going this way. And it's kind of up to us whether this train that's dropped off all the copper here. Actually, yeah, no, I think it should just go straight back onto the tracks. Actually, that's probably a better idea. Alright, so let's just build the side of the copper base. Copper base factory, same. Oh, we're out of concrete. Is it actually wide enough to put two? It is actually... That's interesting. It is wide enough to put 2 trains in side by side. Okay, we don't need that yet. That can be a future problem. Alright. Yeah. So I think I'll give it a little bit of a a little bit of a gap. Great, there we go. Because what I don't want is I don't necessarily want trains to drop something off, pick it up and go do something else. I think I'd rather the copper train literally goes from the copper mining facilities, basically straight here, goes to all the other copper drop-offs, pickup points, and comes back. I think that's kind of the ideal scenario. Actually, yeah, let's go out one more. Like that. Yeah, that's what we want. Alright, that comes down here. Goes across. Alright, that comes back out here as well. And look, you know, we may at one point redo the facade with other resources apart from having a giant, you know, copper blob. But for now, I think it's fine. Because it's also actually designed to, it's also actually designed to use out up here as well. So this is potentially how I'll get other resources out of the smelters, and then potentially on like a road or something that runs across the back of here, then into the different factories, potentially. That's what I'm kind of thinking. But what we'll do, though, is we'll probably keep the base height somewhere around here. Like, where the different machines go. This is just the conveyor floor. Reason for that is if we ever want to put trains below it. Plus, we don't really want to interfere with the train, this train line going back around. Okay, so let's just jump out here a little bit. Although realistically, that's probably still close enough just to run it on belts. There's no point running a truck just for a couple of meters. Alright. That's fine, so that will go through like that. Now let's get our gate. Gate, automated, yes. I think that's how high the train needs. Yeah, actually, I think we'll do it like this. So, we have essentially the copper sheets here, the copper wire, and the cables to do. Alright, so let's just go have a look at what copper sheets. Okay, so we're going to need a lot of copper sheets, but it's 2 to 1. Because we need them for the limiters, the circuit boards. Okay. I actually do think we will do the expansion for the local copper. Let's get this done first. Do I actually have the Mark II blueprint stuff on me? Let's have a look. So if I can just do the whole blueprint now, actually. Yes, there's... Oh, I think I actually just deleted the one I made, so that works out quite well. Computers... Oh, do we not have any Oh no, there they are. 20 computers. We need some rubber. We're actually not making any rubber yet, so we need to do that soon as well. Rubber, and then we need copper sheets. Let's just get rid of some steel beams for now. Bring in those. Bring that back. Alright, let's just place the blueprint designer down somewhere. Over here's fine. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to essentially make each module can take up to 480 resources in per minute. So if we look at wire first. So we can make 480 in, and then we'll need 2 exit points. So my thought is, so we've got 4 trains coming in, right? So 4 at the moment, right? We have 400... Well, actually, no, we don't. So we have the throughput capacity for 480 times 8. That's the throughput capacity we actually have. So we could say, to start with, we want each module to consume 960. Yeah, we'll do that. Okay. So each module consumes 960. So let's look at copper wire. Copper sheets, sorry. So 400. So I can only take 480 of those. 460, sorry. Okay, so let's just clear this. Copper sheet. Copper sheet is 2 bricks, not bricks, what are they called? Ingots. Ingots to 1 sheet. So we could go, so we go 960 in, gives us 480 sheets. Okay, so if we look at wire, wire is 1 in. So if we go 960 in, we get 1860 out. So this is wire. Okay, so then let's just look at this. So that's why we're going to do two lots of those. So we go 2 times that. 1 times that. So this is actually... So then that... 1 times that, 2 times that. So then, one of the 1860 wire makes cable at what ratio? Cable 2 to 1. So we essentially end up with 960 wire cable. The other make just stays as 1860 wire, essentially. So we still have a lot of copper left over. I actually think we need 2 of these, given the amount that we need. So let's go... So let's go 2 copper ingots. So that's actually 1860. I mean, that's not the right math, but that's fine. So yeah, so actually let's go 2 of those. So that is... No, hang on. Yeah, that should actually be 480. 980? Where is it? Logistics 480, yeah, 960. So we're making 960 turns into 480 sheets, which is actually 1020 goes into 960 sheets a minute. Yeah, so then this is, I mean, the math doesn't really change. Okay, so we're actually... No, that's 1920. Yes, that's fine. one goes into that. Yep, I will be back. Okay, let's start again. So we have 8 outputs from the trains. Trains, bring in 8 times 480 belts worth. That's our throughput. So that's our throughput. So if we go to wire, so if we would then have in the module, so one module is intake of 960 ingots a minute. Ingots. Which makes 1900, which makes 1920 wire. Per minute. One module stays as wire. Oh, I'm at the biggest that can actually go. Okay. One module stays wire. One goes to cable. Easy peasy. So we've used two currently. Okay. Oh, sorry, we've used 4. So then the thought is that the other so we'll go 1 goes into, no, we'll go 2 goes into the sheets, go into the sheets. Two times module intakes 960 ingots, creates 480 wire sheet. Yes, this is fine. All right, so if we go to our foundations, oh, that did not work. Okay, so essentially each one of these we want to handle two inbounds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We want to handle 2 inbounds essentially. So we want to handle these coming in. All right. Then we want to go into constructors. I need to go get some of the plates. There it is. Don't know if that's actually going to be enough. But, oh no, there we go. We'll take another 2. And this is just the inner shell, right? So we'll still go and do all the exterior stuff as well. Okay. What we essentially want to do is more or less something along the lines of this. Is we want to figure out that that's too far forward, so that's fine. Probably wants about there, I think. Okay, so let's just have a quick look here. Ah, but they're going to take it. They will end up taking in a different amount, won't they? Yeah. Okay, that's fine. What we want to at least do is have like a standard kind of thing. Although we actually may, if we're going to do it like this, we actually may be better off just going and building it kind of bespoke as we go. Let's just see how we travel. So that's 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. 40, 60, 80, 100. So that's 100. So in theory, we actually want to stack this 9 high. Forty, 60, 80, 100, 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. So this is 200 on this level. We want to go up 4. We want to go up 5. Okay. That's fine. We probably need to deal with that, though. How do we want to do multiple levels? Do we reckon it's best to just go slightly wider? Or do we think, like, as in just have, like, 5 of these, 5 of those that way? I did kind of like the idea of keeping them relatively contained. Yeah, actually, I like the idea of them being contained. So how would we... How would we do them in another level? Let's just go up. Is that the correct height? No, it's one more. Alright, let's bring in that. So yeah, I don't know how to get the resources up to this point though. That's the only problem. This was Mark II, yeah, yeah. This is tiny. So that's 200, so this would be 400. We are doing, yeah, import this way. What we will probably have to do though is the actual like pathing we'll need to manage externally, which is fine. Let it go. See, this is kind of a different vibe though. That's the only thing I'm unsure about at the moment. I mean, yeah, we could just do it like that. Like that, you know, does work. Makes it all nice and compact too. Do I have... Yeah, that's the same spacing. Because what we'll end up kind of doing is this manages how many come in per minute at 460, more or less, right? So it's 100, this is 200. So that's 200. Well, hang on. Two, 4, 6, 8, 10. So that's 100. 200. We actually only need to go to this height. $100, 200, 400 for 20. I mean, this will definitely help with the 15. There. So at 15, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10. So at 15, it's 150 per level. So that's 150, 300, 450. And one potentially we overclock. Yeah, I think that's probably fine. Because we'll always build the walls externally. The question is though, getting the stuff up. Because I ideally would only want so what if we cut it short? 20, 40, 60, 80. So if we do 80 times 2, 160 obviously. And then at 3 levels, that's 480. So then we would just claim some back, so that's fine. And then if we went to 15, so that's 4, 30, 60. What if it was 60? So that would be 360. And then what if we went by 4? 480. Okay. This might actually work. Surprisingly, this might work. Okay. So the input's like this, so that's fine. Oh, we are tight on it, so that works. Like that. So drop those off like that. This is called creative problem solving. Alright. Now we do actually have to consider the outputs for the other one, but what we actually might do is we'll have like a splitter here that splits into the two. Yeah, we'll do it that way. Actually, no, that one's more about the export. I have a genius idea. Okay. So go back here, and we want to go that way. So you ask, how do we get it up to the next level? Great question. So, what we do, put a floor hole there. This is the input. So we want the floor hole there. All the way up. Ah. All the way up here. We put a splitter in the middle level at that height. Yeah, this is exactly what I wanted. I mean, look, it's a little close, but it still connects. They are out of alignment. That's something we can fix with Mark II. I quite... Yeah, you know what? I can live with this. I mean, I wish there was slightly lower profile, but, you know. A win's a win. Oh, this one is further back up here. I may actually just move that out one more. Yeah, we'll do that. Just so at least these bits are in line. So if we go like that, and go reverse. And then essentially we go here. Perfect. Smashing. What I should have done is I actually should have done this the other way around. Made each level and then placed them. Yeah, an option I have is I could actually do the single feed up. No. We'll do it so it's symmetrical. Alright, so we go splitter. Like that. Is essentially what we also end up with as the wire is 20 in. No, the wire is 15 in. And the cable is 20 in. We can essentially manage the 10 ins by putting 2 of them back to back. That way we're not actually, we're not having to create like many different variants of these. Which we can though, right? We can always... I think we could in theory get one more floor on. Or we just start using different speed overrides or whatever. Why is that lift Mark 1? That's not what we want. That wants us to be over a little more. But then that's not going to be lined up correctly. Then we chuck a splitter here. Awesome. Now what we actually may find is it doesn't work exiting because some of them might be too far over. But the hope is that this works. There isn't exactly a reason that it shouldn't. Unless the game just decides to say no. Like this one, for example. Oh, I think it's already had a thing in. Actually, can I just do it like that? Alright, and then when we go down, we go like this. Oh, that's also facing the wrong way. Merger like that. Alright. So grab this one. And let's hope that this works. Yep, sure does. then we'll sort out the underneath all at once. Alright, let's go over to the other side. This one may be a tad trickier. That's what we want. And then we can just go straight out of that one into there. Bang. Easy peasy. Alright. Grab the level 4 lift. Yeah, I thought that might not be aligned. Maybe one more over. No, we did not. Okay. Is that what we want? Here it is. Cool. Okay. If there's a better way to, like, align heights, I would love to know it. Alright, let's grab that one. Go straight out of there into there. 2, 3. Oh, this is absolutely perfect. Let's just sort out the bottom. That one out. Now, why does this one not snap the right direction? Alright. Then we come down here. Now the question is, do we want the output to be at the... Yeah, let's go output at the back. Now the reason I'm putting a merger at the front, even though I don't have to, is that if we want to put 2 of these units, you know, when we get the bigger belts, or slower moving parts, I can just run them all in like a massive line, basically. Now, why does it like... Oh, because that one's slightly further forward. It should basically... That one might be a little complicated. Let's figure that out in a second. That's still on a curve? Oh, that's straight. Oh, actually, maybe I can connect it straight up. Nice. Ooh. But the other side's the reverse problem. Although it is probably close enough just kind of do that, yeah. Perfection. Alright. Now we just gotta wire this one up, save it, and then actually before we do that, let's just see if we actually can get another level on. I think we can. Yep. That's the last one. Cool. Alright. Let's wire it up. And we'll go from there. How do we want to do the wires for this? Can we somehow get the... Okay, so what if the beams ran that way? Actually, let's just save it for the 3 and 4 now, so then I don't have to undo the wiring. Although I suppose we want the wiring to be the same. Hmm. Turn this, I just do the 4 first. Yeah. Might as well. Where is it? Frame floor. That one out there. When we get the hover pack, this can be great. Alright, so we want them to basically line up perfectly with the level below. You know, if we ever actually have to make a two-floored one, it's not really the end of the world either. Right, let's take out the middle run. And then what we want to do is we want to take that, go here. Yeah, this is exactly what we want. Hey, look, it'd be a bit nice if the splitters were a little bit more, compact, but it is what it is. Then we want to take the merger. Perfect. Alright. And then grab this one. And basically grab the merger. Chuck him there. And then the final one, come on. There we go. Alright. I don't know why that's sitting on an odd level. Alright, take that and that. Fine. Cool. Head high. Try again. Hello. Yeah, there must be a better way to... Maybe it's just... How do I do it the other... Oh, they're all slight... All of these ones are slightly too high. Well, for this level. Okay. Wonder what I did different. Possibly just the odd lining up of the biddies. That's fine though. No, it seems like it's the same. Right, so how do we think we should do the power connectors? I reckon we potentially want catwalks up here so we can walk around. Walkways, catwalk. So potentially want a catwalk in the middle. And this would be a intersection. Try again. Yep, so we got that. And then, I mean, it's not exactly center. That's better. Thing is, though, we're not actually going to be able to enter like that anyway. So maybe we are better off, even if it is slightly misaligned, putting it in the middle. Let's... I don't actually know. Alright. Let's just bring the wall up for a sec. Okay, so the standard level is actually here. Where's the... Here it is. So that's actually a standard level there. Now, if we change this to one with a door... Do we have a door one unlocked yet? We do. Okay. What about the side door? So that would work for a side door. Didn't think we could actually have that there, but that's fine. Okay. So for all intents and purposes, we actually don't need the wall. We don't need the wall up. But what we might do is let's go... Actually, yeah, that one. This one's probably the best one. Little walls, side door. Architecture. And go catwalk straight. We go center. I actually think for all of them, that one's the best. Obviously, it's not at too high, but for a 3... Well, that's still the fourth high one, though. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Alright, we'll go down one more. Alright, let's just get rid of the walls. Okay. So in all of our ones, we'll always have the catwalk there. So we potentially do another one there? I don't know. But what we actually can do is we can actually just put power on this. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then, how do we want to get up though? Okay, let's figure that out later. Then again, we go 1, 2, 3, 4. Which one is it? It's that join there. 1, 2, 3, 4. One, 2, 3, 4. No, that's that one. 1, 2, 3, 4. The final one we may actually do like a metal frame, because we need to have a support for these somehow. So we'll go up. To the end. And back down to here. Which could also be how the power travels up. So if we go here, for example, that connects there. I don't like the cable crossing the pathway though. Go all the way up as well. Yeah, don't worry about it. Alright. So the next one is there. And the next one after that is there. After that's there. Perfecto. Alright, so let's connect these ones up and then we'll do the other side. I mean, look, this is really just our first attempt at, like, proper blueprinting, so we may end up changing our mind for the future. Or realizing why this doesn't work or whatever. Is there a way that I can actually have it and... Yeah, that's better. So we want that end bit? Yeah, we do. Now, out of interest, if I put a wall there, you know what? I'm actually okay with that. Alright, let's jump on the other side. Okay, so that's the ground floor connected, and this is level 1. Level 1 goes like that. Now, obviously for our, like, purpose-built factories, when we get a little bit later game, this doesn't exactly work, but it works for now, so that's okay. Alright. So that's connected. You probably want to connect these two. Let's just connect those two. Alright. Oh, that doesn't go all the way down for some reason. Kind of a weird graphic glitch, but okay. And then the only thing we have to solve after that is getting power into the building, but we might do that when we actually build the facades. Alright, so this is the 4-story. So this is the 4-level... 4-level... What is this? This is the constructor. Save blueprint. Mark 1. 4-level... Constructor. 1, and this takes 960 in. 960... Yeah. 60 throughput. Belt speed. Mach 1. This is 960 throughput. Total. Mark 2 times Mark 4 belts. In. So we'll set the icon as the constructor. And then let's go red. Go blue. And then set directory. What's this do? Add a category. New category. Let's call this buildings. Mark 4. Okay, so these have a lot less options, so that's fine. Apply changes. Oh no, maybe this should be... Oh no, this should be constructor. Add blueprint here. Alright. Changes being made to information. Okay. So let's just double check that I can in fact see it. No, I cannot. So we want to go... What did I call it? Why can I not actually see it? This is the level 4 level constructor. Line 60. 34 level constructor. 60 belt speed. 2 times 480 belt speed. Speed in. Select icon constructor. And we want to go blue. Set directory. Add blueprint here. Save blueprint. Just double check that it's there. Yes. Oh, actually, we just got to do the exit for this as well. Otherwise, every single time we'll need to remerge it. Let's just save that again. Save blueprint. Continue. Alright, now let's just go pull out the top level. Actually do that again. Save blueprint. Essentially, this should just be an internal frame, more or less. Because then we'll have the whole external frame as well. That will build each time. Alright, so let's just pull out the top layer. That... Whoa. Okay. Pull up those. Just trying to be careful not... Oh, not like that. Okay, so we're only pulling out level 4 belts at the moment. Okay, then we want to pull out these. Oh, that one. That one. Then we just bring the frame across like that. Pull that one out. That one and that one. Actually, all of these kind of have to go. Alright, let's let's jump on this side. Put the filter back on. I think potentially we didn't actually correct that for the level 4. I mean, that's also fun. We'll fix that. Alright, so we go here. We go all the way down, and then we go back up. And we come across here. Then we come down to there. Up again, let's give it another go. Alright, so let's just go and fix the top level. So that's actually correct. Actually, can I go up one more there? No. Okay. So how come that one's flat? I don't understand. That's fine. Alright, so this is the level 3 one. I don't understand why that keeps getting the graphical glitch. Oh well. Let's hope it works. Okay, configure, and then this is called the level 3 one. Save. Alright, then let's just go and let's just load the level 4. Alright. And then just go clear blueprint. And then we go load blueprint. I know the category doesn't make sense, that's fine. No, I didn't actually sort out the front one for this. That's fine, this is a super easy fix. Alright, and then we'll just save. Confirm, clear blueprint. Alright, so we have that built. Should we go get some more fuel first? Probably should. Alright. Let's go grab some more fuel. Because this will actually be the first main building we've done. Alright. Also got to also needs to do our research into sulfur too. Why is we out of plastic? Oh, because... Just delete all of those. I know, that was a huge waste. Let's delete all those too. Alright, we're just gonna go over and get some more fuel canisters. Actually, let's just take it from there. 200 enough? Yeah, 200's enough. Alright. Let's go over and start laying that out. Because then we're going to have to figure out how are we going to... What's going on here? Oh, got the train. Yeah, then we're going to redo all the trains. At least in the main area. When it goes through like relatively rural, remote-ish, I don't know, areas, it doesn't really matter. It can run across the ground. So things like the Samor and all these other ones down here, we may get them picked up by trucks and take them to like a big distribution area. Who knows? Who knows? Okay, so because we kind of want to keep the trains for the high throughput and relatively critical lines, but also we don't want to have trucks for no reason, because then we're going to get the fuel to the where all the trucks are. Alright, so let's try out our level 4 blueprint. What do I want to level? Yeah, a level 4 blueprint. No, it's possibly too high. Alright, let's drop it down a little bit. Well, let's put some walls on, just so we can... Because that is the correct height for that. I want to just make sure that we're not going to end up with odd wall heights. We still kind of want our we want this to basically not interfere with the train either. Let's just see. Okay, so our input is with the arrow to the right. Okay. Let's go here, and let's just drop it down. Too low. Although there's nothing actually stopping the... Yeah, no, that's miles too low, actually. What about that? So that there is the output. This here is actually where we'll probably have our output from that one. So let's just pull that across. And let's see what happens when we go level 4 constructor. 4 level constructor, sorry. Like, I'm not opposed to the idea that it exits under the building. Yeah, is that in line? No, it's not. Is that there? Yes. Yeah, I'm not actually opposed to... Yeah, we'll make the average for that a bit later. What we also want to do though is it is quite likely we will need to export these items by train. So we gotta keep that in mind. So what happens if... I mean, I know what that means. Okay, so that's 960. So we want 2 modules to go to wire. So we've done one. So the 4 one's designed for one that takes 15. So 15 is actually the wire. Yeah, 15's the wire. So that's fine. We'll go back and correct the actual blueprint to make sure it's not pre-making things. So that's the wire one there. And I guess potentially we put in another 4 and another 2 3s. Alright, let's go grab our shopping list. So we need some more, we need a lot more in case industrial beams. More wire, more iron plate. Cable, sorry. We grab... Even that's not enough. Okay. We may need to do this in... Actually, let's just get rid of that. Too much. 2, 4, 6, 8. Let's find... We need another one of those. Where is the cable? Cable's here. We need another 200. That's fine. And then we need encase industrial beams. which we'll come back and get the rest of. Because then, on top of that, we'll have to then have the one which actually makes the cable itself too. Alright, let's just wait for our jetpack to refuel up. Blueprints. So we want another level 4 constructor. Oh, does not like loading that at the same time. Okay. Just send that back a little. No, that's up. Send that back. Alright. So that would put them next to each other. Or do we want to have them, like, separate a little bit? No, I think because these are both making cable, sorry, wire, we want them kind of connected. Alright, let's just go grab another 100 or so encased industrial beams, and we'll go do the two iron sheet ones. Oh, sorry, copper sheet ones. What will possibly be is the cable ones may sit in front. Now, we just got to allow a little bit of room, because as I said, we are likely going to have to expand these, but also bring trains in for them too. So let's just put in a level 3. Let's just align it first. Blueprint, level 3, 3 level, sorry. More or less, we want to come down here as well. Are we a tad under? No, we're completely... Kind of looks like it's slightly unaligned. Okay. Bring it out so we've got plenty of room. Missing iron plates, really? Oh, right, because we built this out. Right, and then we just get our other one and plonk him right down here. Perfecto. Alright. So, how are we going to... Look, they're still close enough just to run belts over. especially as it's going to be like a more of like a precinct kind of thing. But especially because what we'll end up doing is the trains for the output of both. I know they're facing the wrong way, but don't worry about it. But the trains for both of those will kind of circulate in here as well. Let's go grab. So we need concrete and what? Basic walls. Concrete and sheets. We should probably also go get some silica so we can do some windows. Like that. Then here. Oh, actually, we've got plenty of sheets at the moment. Let's just do some slight rearranging. So let's take everything out of there that's not an iron sheet. Iron sheet. Okay. This one, we can just have this one as our little odds. Our little odds and stuff like that. How much more room did we have here? You know what these can come into? That's fine. We may have too many of those. Yep, we sure do. Although they are different. Okay. So they need to come out. This is just so we can sort out what we actually need and what we don't need to go back and get. Okay, these aren't really odd sods anymore because they're nearly their own entire crate. That's fine. Plastic, we'll take all of that. That's fine. Okay. So that is all that stuff. So essentially we need to go get more concrete. And we kind of need more. So we need this concrete, silica, and we need some of the iron stuff. Alright, let's get that stuff, come back, and we'll continue building our copper precinct. So I think this is working quite well, actually. Oh, then we also need to build the... We need to count out how much the wire... The cables, sorry. The cables make. So that's kind of the next thing we have to do. We also need more encased industrial beams. It might be the case we need to add more carriages to our train. Okay. Doing that whole road thing down here will take a while. Because we're going to need a lot of resources. What it might be is we may not do that connection for a little bit. Potentially we run like 2 rails at like this point and kind of want to go through the curvy bit on the other side, just so we can run things back and forth. Or potentially we just need to build a new iron factory somewhere as well. Yeah. Don't know where we'll do that though. We also need to rebuild the coal area too, so it's less all over the shop. What it actually might be is we might end up having like an entire intake road just for like a train that's just coal and a train that's just iron. That sounded very unnatural. Actually, no, we've got to go further to get to... Why can I not drive? We've got to go further to get to where the silica and concrete is anyway. We'll just go here. I thought we had silica being made. Maybe we didn't. Or is the silica down? Oh, we must do. Maybe we don't. No, surely we do. Oh, I mean, that was a lot of concrete. Nah, we must do. What I do need to do though, get rid of that. Need steel. What we're missing? Steel beams, which we will get in this one. Oh, we also will need frames, which will be in this one. We don't have any pipe, do we? Oh no, here. Alright, so what we'll do is we'll add maybe 3 freight cars. 1, 2, 3, and then chuck the locomotive on the far end. This is a long ass train. I'm sure we have silica somewhere. Okay, just drop all the concrete in there. I'm actually going to check that. Factory. I'm just checking what I've actually flagged that I've done. Save. I mean, I could be wrong. So that's limestone. Yeah, I do have silica. Silica's going... Oh, it's going into the limestone. Because we're using an alternate recipe. Right. Yeah, this makes a lot more sense. I'm just blind. Let's take all of that. Basically want to take all the silica we can. And these are nearly refilled. Yeah, I mean, that should be enough silica for now. Yeah, I knew I wasn't going crazy. That's not true. I assumed I wasn't. No. Alright, so... Silica, we got concrete. We got plenty of concrete. We need more of this, don't we? Yep, need more of those. Alright, let's go grab the encased industrial beams and the, other ones. Let's take as much of those as we can. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's a big train. Can we put another one out? Yeah. Another one, and then we'll do the locomotive in front. Alright, so then we'll just chuck the last bit of those in. That one's wholly for the iron plates. What are these? Industrial steel. So those are entirely for the steel, so we want to take as much as that as we can. Oh, that was very close to being run over. Which one had the steel in it? End one. Ooh, this is a long ass train. What we'll do though is I think one of these was also pretty much empty. Not that one. Yeah, we'll chuck the rest in there. And then we'll go back and get some of the pipe. We'll grab some more sheets as well, just regular iron sheets. And this bloody tractor is just everywhere. Where are we going with these? Only one. Fill that back up, and yeah, and then I'll just carry the sheets in my inventory. I hope this train's still gonna move, otherwise this is very unfortunate. I mean, worst case, we just have to add another locomotive. Alright, what do we want? It's this one here. Take all of that. Take all of those. We'll take all of those. And then we'll just quickly clear out what's being produced. How are our power needs at the moment? Production, I mean, we actually have a lot more capacity that we can just turn on, basically. But I have a feeling when we turn on this, we want to get out of here quickly. Oh, hello, whale elephant tick thing. Oh, this is a long ass train. Holy crap. Yeah, because then we'll fix up all of these as well when we do that factory. Oh, looks like this guy's coming with us all the way to the other... Oh no, he's off. Because I think relaying this side is fine. Like basically just going from the mining locations to where the factory is. But it's going to take a hot minute to do the connect this side to the desert. Yeah, I think having two trains here, we can put we may do them a couple of spots along, so if we do ever need to run trains up and down, we've got the ability to. Alright. Whoa. These trainers struggle land. I mean, it's a long ass train, so we should have a lot of resources for a while, so I'm Not too concerned. We actually also need to go through and load all through this section too. And get that hard drive. Because at one point we will actually connect the train up to this part of the network here. And then it will eventually connect all the way around. Oh, we got another whale tick. Alright. Well, we've got plenty of friends with us now. Alright, so let's just build a constructor super quickly. Just so we can see... Actually, we don't need to. Cable. So we take 60 in per minute. So let's just math it out with an actual thing. Jeez, we had to go all the way to the back. Holy crap. Alright, so if we are 60 in, and we are 4 across, so we're 60 in, we are 4 across, and we are 3 high. These are 720. We're 4 high. That gives us 960. Now, let's just build the constructor. So we get 30 out. How does that work? So we take 960. Or did I make an assumption issue earlier? I most certainly did. So that's... I definitely did. Okay. So let's just go into wire. Oh, sorry. No, we didn't, because it's 15 to come in. Okay, so what that's saying is... more or less... So you use it to make a cable. So if we go 60 in... So we're 60 in. So it's making 960 cable per minute. If we're bringing 60 in. So which means we need 960 wire per minute. Okay. Should be enough. Don't worry about it. This is still an odd to me. It reckons it's connected. Oh, it actually doesn't think it's connected. Oh, what happened to the... Where are we? We're here. That is very odd. I've actually never used those vertical splitters before, so... Who knows? Why does it not want to accept... It doesn't seem to want to accept it. Really? Alright, let's just drop one of these somewhere. Get some rods. Drop some of that. Drop some of that. Now, if we were iron rods, there we would be. Alright, now, can I actually make the... No, I need concrete. Just drop off some of those. Now, I can make it? Yes. Okay. I mean, if I have to replant them... Place? Place. I have to replace them for now. That's not really the end of the world. I'll just sort it out in the blueprint in a second. Is it this row? Yeah, it is. It's kind of like there. Maybe it is working, it's just being weird. Actually, there is a very easy way to tell. What are they making? Copper sheets. Let's change this to iron plate. And let's just drop, let's split the stack into like 1. Okay, let's just make sure that it's working again. Let's put the 7. Cool. Alright. So we know it works. That's kind of the main thing. Really? We still have 2 more? Oh, the 2 is the build material. Alright. Alright. For whatever reason, that's glitching. Don't really know. But let's go and set our blueprints up. So we need 1 level 4. I think. I'm not actually entirely sure. No, I don't need anything from there. Oh, we probably should have gotten some more of the quick wire. Oh no, we've got plenty. You need my cable to make my cable factory. Ooh, we'll be out of cable. That is actually kind of ironic. That we need our cable to make the cable factory. That's fine. Let me just jump over and I'll grab some. Ooh, hello. And then I think we should probably get it connected, and then we'll work on the facade. Take some of that, take some of that. Take some of that. Take some of that, take all of that. Alright. And then we can delete those. I don't exactly know. Maybe it is best just to use a train to connect them for now. I was just kind of avoiding populating that area a tad more. Right, that one's not full, so let's just drop off some cable there. Geez, so much cable. Where is our encased industrial beams? It's 600 in here. What we probably want is we probably just want the cable to sit more or less in front. Yeah. Alright, so we gotta... Come on. Go here. And then jump up one more. So what we can always do is we can actually always just build on top of those. If we have to. Or we would just convert another, we will just convert this into another wire. So let's pull this a bit further forward. All right. Oh, this is a lot of machines to code. All right. Oh, they're also all on copper sheets. This is painful. Are they all copper sheets? Yep. Alright. Well, that is actually one that would be nice to be able to, like, do on bulk somehow. So what we'll do is we'll actually turn on the factories before we've done the exterior, just in case it doesn't work. I think what we'll find is we're going to need at least one more wire compound. Whether or not we stack it on top, I don't know. Which, like, to be fair, we probably could. But we'll just have to figure out how we're going to get a lot more, copper in and out, basically. To be fair, these are actually built around their input requirements, not necessarily their output. Like, this is a lot. And it's also possible we only need one copper sheet for now anyway. What are the copper sheets being used for? I actually don't think they've been used for a lot. But I do have a feeling this is going to blow the circuit. Yep. I think this is going to make it very upset. Just double check, because I didn't think I did all of them. Are there these as well? No. Okay. Did I do these ones? Yes. What's going to be funny though is figuring out if one of these mismakes something. Which one it was. Yeah, are these done too? Yes, they are. They're done. Now let's just double check these ones. Yep. Alright, and then these ones need to make wire. Cable, sorry. Actually, what are the alternative recipes? Nothing overly useful. Okay. In theory, it should be okay. I think we will need another stack though. And then we'll definitely be needing more than what the trains can currently output. And you also aren't going to need this much wire and stuff for a little bit, so we have a little bit of time. Okay, let's just do that map. Oh, these aren't configured yet either. I thought I did that already. Oh yeah, this is definitely going to consume a lot of power. So what we'll do is we'll configure it with it on. And then what we'll do is, in the event it blows out power, I'll just disconnect it. That one, yep, that one. And then we're going to need to figure out how we're going to melt all that extra copper. Oh, did not expect that to actually work. This is a much quicker way of doing that. Why doesn't it accept my, doesn't accept the shortcuts anymore? Let's just save and re-launch it. Load was that one? 4 o'clock? Yep. Because, yeah, I have no idea why it's not accepting the shortcut key. That's going to be a lot of power, though, that's for sure. There we go. Oh, really? I thought these were all connected. Unlucky. Okay, let's do that then. This is very, very unlucky. Alright, let's just do wall mounts, I think. Be a bit cleaner. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. I wish I actually had done this with a blueprint initially. Because this took hours. And what we'll actually do is, so then that one will connect there. That should like connect, I don't know, somewhere about there. 1, 2, 3, no. What on earth? Alright, let's try again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. There is a small chance this is miscalculated. Actually, probably quite a high chance it's miscalculated. So that is the front one. So we want to go in here. So how do I do it? So that row then also supports, I don't know, something down there. And then that also, come on, that also supports that one. One, 2, 3. Yeah, I really should have done this with the blueprint. Six. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, that's, oh no. 2, 3. Nope. Try again. Hey. Yeah, setting this, all of these bloody mergers and stuff below this was not pleasant. Not in the slightest. No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. I'm actually curious how much power this will draw from our network, to be really honest. But we actually may need to go to a whole bunch of fuel upgrades before we can even turn on all of this stuff. We are talking about this one. And this one joins us here, which goes there and there. One, two. Really hope I didn't miscalculate this. I did do it when I was sick, so it is actually quite possible. 2, 4, 5. I don't even want to know how much power this... Actually, I kind of do. That was also not the right one. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, I don't know, somewhere like that. Yeah, the next time I do this, definitely doing a blueprint. None of these are not connected. Not those ones. What? Ah. Alright, this is the last row of these. So that goes there. And he goes there. He goes there. 2, 3, 5, 6, 7? Somewhere? I don't know. Are we seriously already out of cable? 3, 4. Yep. Alright. Let's go get some more. Whoa, this is... I want to know... Actually, I want to know already. Can I actually check these ones? No. Right, let's go get some cable, connect those up. Connect the different buildings and see how much power we require. Wasn't all my cable, was it? No. Got half a train here. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure how many more power opportunities I actually have before I have to start doing other upgrades. Up to 7? Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. One, 2, 3, 4, 7. No, wrong spot. Let's try again. We'll go like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 7 somewhere over here. There we go. Alright, so let's just put a power pole down there just for now. What happened to my power pole that was up here? Ah! No, 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 no. Oh my goodness. That was not the intention. Not at all. Alright, let's just connect these up, because I don't know if I have enough power for this to even turn on. Where did I leave my spare? I actually don't remember how the, what side has this? I think it's the far side. We're only doing it this way for the moment, just so we can see how much power we need. And then when we do like all the facades and whatnot, we can then... Oh, that's not actually connected. We can then actually just like connect them properly and all of that. Huh. Some of these rows weren't actually connected in the blueprint. Good to know. I think it's just that one. Alright, and then let's just do a quick connection down here for a second. Again, just while we kind of figure out if we can actually turn this thing on. And then we'll tidy it up with the facade. So I actually don't remember where the... There we go. Alright. So how much power does this all require? I'm gonna say a lot. A lot of power. 880 megawatts. I actually think we have enough to turn that on. Cool. Alright, maybe they should be the ones that go over to there. So it might be better to work backwards. So this will be the output here. Alright, back one. Here. Is that the other merger? Yep, alright. Alright, so that we connect those two up. We'll go down there. Splitter? Oh no. Yeah, that's fine. So merger is these ones. So let's go merger. Cool. And then the last merger here too. That's the merger, isn't it? Yeah. Cool. Alright, and what are you? You're the merger. Alright. Go down one. And let's just build a temporary bridge for now. Just so I can, basically just so I can stand. Okay, so let's go like that. I wrap around tightly enough. I actually don't think I can. That's fine. Alright, sorry, I'm back. That's not the one we want to do that to. That bloody door scared the living shit out of me. Look, this isn't exactly the... Okay, so they're going that way. As I said, this whole thoroughfare and external here is all work in progress. So let's potentially go and manually feed these and see if this works. Hang on. Yeah, let's go and manually feed them first. Maybe just to make life easier. Can I actually get up here? Track's too short. Yeah, I know. Okay, you can't go down like that. That's fine. Railway. Put a couple of railway things out. What else do we need? Copper sheets. Da ba da ba da. No, maybe they're this way? Is that or I don't have any? Copper sheets. Or have just over enough. Also, where did I put the concrete? There. It's not all of it though. Where's the rest? I wonder if I can attach signs to train carts. That would actually help, to be honest. No! Alright, let's try again. Alright, blueprints, train, railway. Go again, down. Because basically what I want to see is I kind of want to see if I can just fill a whole train, to be honest. Yeah, that's one more. Oh, really? Are they aligned properly? No, it is not. Is this one aligned properly? Yes, it is. Okay. Blueprints, that one, and then we want to go to auto connect. Alright, let's go again. Come on. There we go. The player is in the way, that player is me. Alright, let's just... Can I actually build a train? So I need 4 carts. 1, 2, 3, 4. I need 4 carts, and then what do I need for the actual locomotive? Motor and 20 rubber. Sick. Okay. The rubber will be slightly harder to get. Motors. If I don't have any, which I don't. That's fine. Let's just get rid of that one for a second. Because all we're really trying to do is see, does this concept actually work? Also, I'm pretty sure I've got rubber over there. Come on. Up we go. One, two, three, 4. And then we'll just dump all my other shit over here. Alright, so it's likely we won't get all the copper we need. Especially given that's our stuff here. So let's just... All we're trying to do is just test to see it all. 1, it all connects, but 2, our concept works. So we don't actually need it to run forever. Now we do actually have a lot of ingots we could use, but I actually want to see the whole lot, more or less. Yeah, that's not exactly enough. Alright. Let's just go over and chuck it in the train. Because it looks like we will actually have to set up a train properly. And I need to go get more fuel. Alright, so over where we are, we have how many copper nodes? Impure there. Surround us. Is that a pure one? Pure, okay. So essentially, we basically need 8. Well, we need 8 pure nodes. Jeez, okay. I did not plan this very well, did I? Alright, so we have at least 4 pure nodes over here that we know of. Just looking at my notes. We have a whole bunch of normals that we can get to 300. No, hang on, we'll need more than that. How is that? That should be a Mark II. We're going to need a lot of copper to run that. Okay, so we've got a Mark II on a pure. And this is giving us 480 at 200. I didn't think we did that at 200. Oh no, yeah they do. So we need 8 of those at the very least. Now we've got 4 pure nodes up here. It's the normals that are the slightly more problematic ones. So we've got 4. And if we overclock them, we've got 1, so we've got 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's half, and then we need another 1800. Yeah. So it's 1, 2, 3, 9. 1, 2, 3, 9 through there. Yeah, it's possible, and it's actually not that much. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. It's actually not that much further off than what we've already laid the tracks for as well. So it actually kind of works quite well. We've got 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 18. Just go down and get 2 more while we're there and just fill it out, yeah. So we kind of have 2 options. What I reckon we do oh, there's actually another to funnel those 2, put those 2, yeah, okay. So we're gonna need 3? Is it 3 train stations? So 1. Yeah, I think so. So group those ones together. So that's 1 train station, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oofed. 5 train stations. Okay. We need 5 of these, which means we need. Let's just go. We won't need 20, but let's just go for 20. What I think it's more likely to be is 1, 2, 3, 4. I reckon we only need like 10. And then we need another 10 here. No, we don't. Need another 10 of those. So I think we're going to need, and then we're going to need 4 of those and 1 of those. Alright. Oh, and then we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We need 12 Mark II miners. Need 12 of those. And then let's just say, just to make it a bit easier, we need 12 of these. Cool. Alright, well, we've got our building list. So the only thing I know we don't have, at least there, is the rubber. Let me just go get rubber, see if I've got rubber here. Because I can just pull them straight off the thing. And what it also might actually end up being is we may have 2... We actually might end up with 2 trains for this, just because of how much we need. I need to build a equipment workshop so I can get some more miners. I've got 11. I actually don't know if I have enough power slugs either. So we need how many of these? We need 24. This is going to become a very busy area. And look, we also have more pure nodes of copper around anyway, but I don't want to take them all just for this. Alright. Everything else we should have over here. And we already had some there. Right, motors, we need another, we'll just take 50. Okay, so what that means is we can actually pull this off. We don't need any of those. But what we can do is just put the one back that we needed for here. Do we need any sheets? No. Right, it's literally modular. Okay, so we need... Just take extra of those. We'll take those as well. We need a lot of wire. Oh, need a lot of modular frames as well. Okay. Plenty of wire. Now this doesn't include the ability to power it, but most of the power should actually... Most of the power should end up coming from the actual train line, so that's not a huge issue. $1,500. And then we need... Just fill the rest of the stacks with that. So I don't know how we're going to have it interact with the platform. What I might do for now, though, is I won't worry about it. Because I'm going to build the platforms up as well. And realistically, all we have is a miner and that, so it's not exactly a lot. What we'll do, though, is let's have... These are all full. Alright, well, at least why don't we put it... If we have to traverse it via belts for the moment, it's not really the end of the world. Where's foundations here? Alright, we don't want to place it in the middle of the road, so let's... I mean, that goes one's kind of a good spot for it. You know what? Let's just do a patch job. And we'll just put it here. We're gonna have to figure out all the trains anyway, so let's do a patch job. Alright, so put a train station down. Actually, what is this coal? Is this a impure? It's hardly worth the effort. I need to go get some more concrete and stuff here. Just a patch job. Alright, so we go train station. Let's go train station a little further back. And then freight. I'm pretty sure we have 2 pure nodes here. Yeah, we do. And then we want empty, empty. And then essentially we just connect like that. In theory, we shouldn't actually be joining from the main line at the moment anyway, so let's just do a dual foundations down. Actually, we'll be joining from out of there, so for the moment, we actually could... Yeah, this is all just a patch job anyway, so we'll just do that. And then we'll connect that up, so that's fine. So we then have 2 of these. Get rid of that. I am aware that this is very suboptimal, but it's relatively temporary. When we say relatively, I don't know when we will undo it. Actually, we only need... Alright.
We watch the waves of the effigies in the shallows passing through the windows, and they're all the same. There is no resonance growth. Sing.
I just called the Fix-It doctors. They told me there is definitely no danger from repeat exposure to these signals. In fact, they
This
said it
looks
is good for
so
you. I
janky.
apologize, but the call dropped suddenly, otherwise they would have told you themselves. The good news is you should run towards these strange and dangerous looking objects whenever you find them. Doctor's orders.
Why hasn't it... Oh, there we go. So let's just rename this to copper. Collection, copper mine 1. Copper in, pickup 1. Oh, we are riding the wave there. And then the other one's down there somewhere, I think. Might as well actually just run them. Nah, I'll have it collect. Alright, well, we will leave it there, and we'll pick it up later. But essentially, this is where we're up to, so... Yes, it is very janky at the moment. That's fine. What will happen is... We'll get the copper up and running. We'll need to go and get the iron base up and running first as well. And then we can lay the actual, like, train tracks around. But we may end up also doing an extension on top. Actually, these should be into a... one of those. And then that goes like that. Alright. Well, I will catch you all later.